was an eventful third and final day of the second National Fintech Conference in Lagos. Robust panel sessions discussed critical topics like artificial intelligence and machine learning, Insurtech, Fintech and SMEs growth, Regtech, blockchain and new opportunities, women in Fintech, and the building of Fintech Ecosystems. Key speakers at the conference share further insight and perspectives on key developments in the Fintech industry.
Fundamentally, I believe what we teach in schools, from primary schools through secondary, is our ability to use our cognitive senses to be able to do things automatically in an optimal manner. So I could see institutions now developing curriculums that will be able to cope with the emerging trends in technology, including artificial intelligence, machine learning, and so on and so forth. So the universities themselves are expected to continuously, for example, at every session, every session, after we get all the results of the students, there must be departmental meeting to consider these results, and they should focus on those things which they believe their students can do better, or is going to prepare them better for the marketplace. So, but perhaps because everybody in our country is in a hurry, we don't do it the way it should be taught. So we may have to go back to that drawing board and start taking certain things very, very seriously, so that our students continue to be competitive all over the world.
As a stakeholder and looking at the technological trends, what are the key things that should happen, stakeholders and policymakers, to drive AI, to make it really count for Nigeria?
Usually there is a misalignment between stakeholders. I'm talking of the expert community and the policymakers, and it should not be like that. Of course, some of our challenges here is because of the nature of our country and the concept of fairer character and so on and so forth. You don't get to the best people are not the one who are in the decision-making class. So you can have all the best things you want to do at the level of stakeholders, but if a decision maker does not even have the knowledge to appreciate what is going to go on, that is the challenge. So our challenge is fundamental, but hopefully knowledge might be able to push those who are not relevant out of it.
That is the way to go now. If you look at the population of Nigeria, over 180 million people, the informal sector constitutes more than 45-50% of that. And the focus of insurance since inception in the country has been on corporate clients. And corporate clients cannot actually deliver in terms of what the contribution that insurance will make to the GDP. So what we need to do, we need to look at the informal sector. And to look at the informal sector, to reach the kind of population that will be meaningful, we have to deploy technology. And that is where this conference is very relevant. We've known the importance of technology, and luckily, with the advent of mobile telecommunication in Nigeria, I think that has given, like I said, that the infrastructure, the IT infrastructure is there, and it's just for the industry to wake up, take up the challenge, make the requisite investment to deploy technology in the marketing of insurance, and we'll be able to get the numbers. How do we reach people out of, if you look at the operation of Nigeria, insurance in Nigeria, you find us mostly in cities. All our branches are in cities. Nobody goes to the rural location. Nobody goes to the hinterland. But with technology, you really don't need that physical presence now. At the press of a button, the various applications that you have on mobile telecommunication, on mobile phones, insurance can easily be sold. But what are you selling? The industry really has to come up with products that meet the needs of the informal sector, affordable enough for them to be able to buy, and at the price of a button, they should be able to buy it. Today, everywhere, people send money to people in the villages because of the application of technology. And virtually everybody has one handset or the other that is able, to use. So it is for us as an industry to wake up, do the needful, make the necessary investment, deploy technology, come up with the right products, and I think the IT industry will support our initiative.
The Central Bank of Nigeria has always been at the forefront of using technology to better enhance its processes in order to ensure that we have proper regulation of the financial services space, especially as it concerns banking and payment system in particular. For example, we have implemented some applications that we use in receiving reports from some of those we regulate, and also that also assists us in terms of analytics. The central bank is willing to encourage other solutions that can assist us better in managing the financial system space, especially as it concerns payment system. As we all know, that innovators are heavy on the payment system, and that's where we have the influx of fintechs, innovators at the moment. So we need to continue to improve on our ability to meet their requirements in terms of how they access some of our services. We are already thinking of regulatory sandbox, and we are partnering with our development partners to see that comes to fruition.
I think Nigeria is at the start of its journey in terms of leveraging fintech to catalyze the growth of ecosystems, specifically SME ecosystems. But at the same point in time, I think there's a massive opportunity in terms of that, whereas most other countries have the baggage, if I call it that, of traditional ecosystems kind of holding them back. I think Nigeria has the opportunity to kind of leapfrog and get to a point where that growth around SMEs being incorporated into the financial ecosystem is a lot more progressive than the progress that's being made elsewhere in the world in developed countries, so to speak.
From your experience in developed economies, and what are those things you've seen that we can learn from and begin to adopt and apply to build those ecosystems, to reach out to millions of people that are unbanked and even need much financial services to fintech?
I think the biggest thing is governance. A lot of what you do has, especially when you're looking at providing finance to small businesses, governance of the business itself and having the right frameworks in place in terms of regulation on how to grow an ecosystem. In a lot of other parts of the world where you're looking at fintech, there are things like sandbox regulation, it doesn't impede what you're trying to do from an initiative perspective. It allows you the space to play, but it still gives regulators some oversight in terms of how to integrate this into more broader community.
For the chairman of the Fintech Nigeria Association, Dr. Segun Aina, it has been an eventful 3-day conference, a worldwide forum which will be taken up at the advocacy level for policy adoption in all spheres.
Throughout the conference, 2 issues resonated among others. One is the need for collaboration. Collaboration among players within subsectors in the industry, collaboration within other groups that exist within the fintech ecosystem. Because we know that groups exist focusing on different aspects. We have group focusing on investments. We have group focusing on the startup, on innovation area. We have group focusing on some other area. But this Fintech Nigeria is a group that encompasses all the players, within the fintech. Anybody that have anything to do with the fintech industry. So we see it as the clearinghouse of all. So we will collaborate with any other institution that exists, or any other organization that exists, so that we can all, because we believe that we all exist to pursue a common purpose, how we can all contribute toward the development of the fintech ecosystem and ultimately to the Nigerian economy, creating new entrepreneurs, benefiting the industry, benefiting the member institution. The second thing that also was strong in most of the discussion was the importance of regulation. And we're happy that we had a lot of regulators speaking and attending this conference. We have people from the Central Bank of Nigeria, we had a regulator from the Securities and Exchange Commission, we have from the Nigerian Stock Exchange, we had from the National Insurance Commission, we had from the Nigerian Communication Commission, and of course the Nigerian Identity Management Commission. And their presence and participation shows their commitment towards ensuring that the regulatory environment is improved upon. And we are going to continue from this engagement because a lot of things have been said, which we will put together and approach the regulators. Not only the regulators, we also are going to approach government. Government plays a lot of role in policy making. They play a lot of role in providing the enabling environment to enable fintech tribe. We're also going to engage the legislators because even if you want a change to happen, if the government wants a change to happen, some of these things have to be codified, have to be put into law, and it's only the legislators that have that power. So we also have to engage them, have a change of idea, let them, they can have a buy-in and understanding of what the issue is. We provide whatever support that is required to be able to, for them to understand and have a buy-in as to what we are doing, so that everybody will be working toward the same goal, having, a very, very effective and a very, very growth-oriented fintech ecosystem that will be to the benefit of the Nigerian economy.
Fintech provides an opportunity for emerging economies and markets like Nigeria and Africa to be competitive in the global space. This will be achieved through collaboration among stakeholders with a robust and enabling regulatory environment.